You know, sometimes, sometimes we have to react to what the rivals are doing because, as much as we want to keep in touch with what Chelsea's up to, and at the moment, yeah, we're just waiting. We're waiting for that absolute thunderstorm to take over. But at the same time, the rivals are strengthening, and we have to be aware. So let's react to these couple of big news, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to react to two big news that's happened for the rival clubs, Arsenal and Manchester City, as they wrap up the deals for Gabriel Jesus and Kalvin Phillips. As you can see, Gabriel Jesus, give him a call. Look, I have to be honest. I honestly wanted Gabriel Jesus. You guys can check out some of the live streams maybe a week ago when we talked about this particular situation. And, knowing that Romelu Lukaku was moving to Inter Milan, we thought, okay, there's a particular spot that's opening up. Who else fits that particular scenario at the moment in world football? There's no out-and-out striker that's screaming out, come and get me. And the ones that are, they're tied up with their club. Harry Kane, Tottenham, he's not moving anywhere. Karim Benzema, he's not moving anywhere. Gabriel Jesus is someone who probably theoretically thinking, or even hypothetically thinking, it works. It works in terms of what Thomas Tuchel wants to do with the front three. He doesn't want anyone in the front three to be static. He wants them to be mobile. This guy is all about mobility. His movement is great. His work rate is great. He understands the possession-based football. He's from the school of Pep Guardiola. So you'd think he'd know that. So look, ladies and gentlemen, we can stop thinking about Gabriel Jesus because this is what's going on. Arsenal and Manchester City have reached full verbal agreement today for Gabriel Jesus. Deal in place after new meeting. Being told guaranteed fee is £45 million. That's a deal, man. That is a deal. £45 million. I mean, there could be some add-ons or whatnot. It can get up to maybe 50 million, but 45 million, that's a decent deal for Gabriel Jesus, who's 25. He's probably entering his peak ages and his trajectory is probably upwards. I know he hasn't really lit it up in Manchester City, but in Manchester City, he's not really always had the best go. It's always been either Aguero or whoever else, and he's not got proper playing time. I think in Arsenal Football Club, he's going to get that. And with the likes of Saka there, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, and all the other players that they have, they've got something decent building there. And this guy adds to that as well. And they're going to add a few more players on top of that at the end of the day. This is the last bit of Fabrizio Romano saying Arsenal are now working on personal terms with Gabriel's camp. Final step to get the deal completed very soon. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know how you feel about this. I'm somewhat concerned about Arsenal next season. The kind of business that they're doing. Fabio Vieira, I don't know too much about that player, but then again, apparently he's a decent sort of player from Portugal. He played for Porto. Once again, good depth for them. Marquinhos, the 18-year-old winger, we don't know how that could turn out to be. Could be very good, might not be good. We'll see what happens. Gabriel Jesus is definitely a very good player. And they're looking to get Tielemans and also Rafinha and maybe a defender as well. So, yeah, it's we didn't pay too much respect to them last season. Maybe, and the funny thing is they beat us as well last season, the second time around. Not the first time around, second time around. It's just, I was mad. I didn't even want to watch that go down the way they beat us. But, yeah, Arsenal's definitely someone to look out for. They're going to be pushing for the top four. They really will be pushing for the top four. And obviously, they're going to be trying their level best to win the Europa. That's another way of getting into Champions League, if you remember that's the case. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Kalvin Phillips. Kalvin Phillips has already reached an agreement with Manchester City on personal terms as he turned down other clubs to work under Pep. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano giving here we goes left, right, and center yesterday. So look, this is a done deal as well. Manchester City will pay 42 million. That's a nice deal as well, if I'm going to be honest about this situation. Overall deal close to 50 million with add-ons. Leeds have accepted, as David Onstein reported. Guys, this guy is a very good player. Don't kid yourself about it one bit. England international, how you want to look at that, I don't know. Some rate it, some don't, but at the end of the day, I think he's a very decent player. I saw Leeds the first season when they were back. He was instrumental for them. He was definitely instrumental for them. And as a deepest midfielder, his range of passing, especially the long ball, and maybe that's something that Man City might be looking at, more of a direct route at times with Erling Haaland up front. His distribution from the back is very good. His, the tenacity is there. He's a hard worker. He's defensively very sound as well. And Pep Guardiola, as you see, most of the transfers that he's done, he makes players better. Rodri in his first season wasn't great, but then from there on, he became a monster. Now Rodri is probably one of the best DMs in Premier League, if not the best. Of course, Rodri is going to take play most of the games, but Kalvin Phillips is a decent number 2 to come off the bench at times and fill in the games where, Rodri might be rested. I mean, the level of quality is not going to depreciate unbelievably like what happened to us last year when we didn't have Ben Chilwell. Man City are creating a team which can just compete all throughout the season, all the competition. Is a very fine, purchase for me. 42 million plus add-ons 50. That's the kind of price, you'd think a DM should cost. I know some of you guys might say that, Declan Rice is a ton better than him. Look, please watch Leeds. He's been injured last season, so let's give him a discount there. Watch his first season. He was in my radar big time. Honestly, decent defensive midfielder and someone who's very well equipped with, possession-based football. Man City, much like Arsenal, they got themselves Erling Haaland. Now they've got themselves Kalvin Phillips. I mean, look, if we thought Arsenal was a threat for us in terms of top 4, these guys, they're not a threat to us. But if we thrive to one day catch up to these guys are only going further and further away from us. So we have to get transfer markets right for at least the next 4 windows minimum. We cannot get a single player long, and then Thomas Tuchel has to do well every single season to build a chemistry, to build a philosophy, to build a style that everyone can say that's Chelsea Football Club. Because at the moment, Man City is just simply running away and they're just building. Once again, let me know, ladies and gentlemen, how you feel about Kalvin Phillips going to Manchester City. With them, obviously, Fernandinho, what a legend of the game, legend of Manchester City leaving. And they've done a stellar job with Rodri and now Kalvin Phillips, I have to admit. Next, top target, Marc Cucurella. And they want to add more, Manchester City. Marc Cucurella, we all know how we feel about Marc Cucurella. He would have been an extremely great signing for us on the left side. But Marc Cucurella is going to Man City because City Extra tweeted out this when Fabrizio Romano posted this out on, I believe, in Instagram. He said all of this. Here we go for Kalvin Phillips. And one Marc Cucurella, as you can see, that is the official Marc Cucurella profile page in Instagram, liked that particular post in regards to Kalvin Phillips from Fabrizio Romano. So, Marc Cucurella is definitely happening. And City, they've got their eyes on this particular player. So City on a madness. City on an absolute madness. And further, to add to all of this, for the rivals doing crazy stuff in this transfer window and doing it quite efficiently and quite quickly as well. They want to make sure that they have these players ready and raring to go for the preseason. Something I feel we won't be ready to do that, but we're in a different situation. We had sanctions, we had ownership scenarios and whatnot. Arsenal and Tottenham are both still working on Rafinha. Barcelona, no fresh bid as of now. No one reached an agreement with Leeds yet, asking 65 million fee, stronger after Kalvin deal. Next week can be crucial. Chelsea also called Leeds, but Sterling is top priority. That's for us. Look, I don't really think we close to Rafinha deal. We are interested. We're not close. But looks like Arsenal and Tottenham. With Barcelona dilly-dallying too long, and we'll see what happens with the Dembele situation. That could force them. If Dembele doesn't happen for them, they could go for someone like Rafinha. But then again, they're also interested in Bernardo Silva. Arsenal and Tottenham, they could be in for Rafinha. Further misery, I suppose, for us in that sense that Tottenham have already strengthened massively. And if they can add Rafinha to that rank, that'd be sensational for them. And similarly for Arsenal, after adding, Gabriel Jesus, if they can add Rafinha, they are bolstering nicely. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about all of this as we've reacted to all these news. Gabriel Jesus, give him a call. Kalvin Phillips, Mark Cucurella, most likely the next target for Manchester City. Rafinha, either to Arsenal or Tottenham Hotspurs. Guys, we better get going. Get Sterling in, get defenders in, midfielders, as we were reported yesterday from some of the tweets from Matt Law. 5 to 6 signings probably needs to be that. Hope you've enjoyed this, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I shall see you guys on a live, probably 2-3 hours time. So do look out for that. Until next time, see ya.